Yes. Okay, great. Call us to order. Okay, so let's review the meeting notes from our last meeting, which was March 12th. I emailed them around, but any questions or changes? You see anything, these changes that, no? Okay. Except we don't have fun.
I wasn't here, so I can't.
That's true. Okay, so we're gonna table these till next time, unless Frank shows up. Sorry about that. Hope that closes. Okay. So we'll move on, harbor master report, anything new?
Yeah, a couple things. The boat that broke loose one at Apollo Cove got hauled out today. So that is no longer an issue. The only derelict boat we have in the harbor right now is the sailboat that hasn't moved in years. That we'll probably start on researching that, find out who owns it, this week. The cameras are up and going, all 5 cameras are up and going for Waterfront.
Excellent. Are you happy with where they?
I think Callie still wants to reposition a couple of them. So we still gotta do that. Other than that, the quote we got to put in the float and entry floats.
Okay.
From King's, we got that, but now he's saying he can't do it till the fall. He bought Dave King's mooring business. So now he won't be able to do that till the fall, so. Talked to Dennis about it real quick today, we really don't know what we're gonna do. But, I mean, that structure that down there is a mess, there's no float at the end of it anymore. Still.
It's gone, they took it out? No. The float is gone. The float, yes, but the catwalk is, yeah.
But, the catwalk, I mean, we were talking about it, it'd probably be easier to navigate without it down there. But I think somebody just gonna make a decision whether or not to pull it. Ted's already did it, Ted just waiting for the call. And we get the machine to do it, so. I mean, then it's just waiting on getting the entry ports. So whether somebody has some laying around, you can buy all built, and you put in, I don't know. Dennis was talking about maybe waiving the permit fee this summer because there is no.
You mean the lucky? Yes.
Oh,
Lucky, okay.
Just because there is no floats down there for anybody to use,
Not ideal.
but that's their decision, I guess.
So if you said, did I hear you say you were waiting for a recommendation on what to do? Is that the kind of thing we would recommend?
No, I think Dennis just needs to say, give Ted the go ahead,
Okay.
so.
Great. To take down the catwalk?
Yeah.
And everything. Is that the right name for the catwalk?
Well, we know we're not gonna use it, so it's just there,
Yeah,
so if we know we're not gonna use it, I think we should get rid of it.
Okay.
And then prepare that, pick them rocks out of there so it's all smooth, so boats can back in and out without getting damaged, and then when we have the entry floats, it's all ready to go. And that gets rid of that liability.
Yep.
I mean, he's got boards on it, so people can't get on it, but,
Stop kids.
well, it's not gonna stop adults there on it today.
Has anyone determined whether a permit is required to get the rocks out of there?
Earl's up on that, it's called,
Permit by rule?
yes,
Permit by rule?
Corner by rule, and Earl's all over it, so.
That's
it's not
the
a big
easier
deal.
one?
Yes,
Yes.
just fill out the paperwork. And it's,
Yeah.
So we're gonna move the rocks because we're gonna make it more smooth, right?
smoother.
Yeah, just a more level ground for the floats to rest on.
We're not removing the rocks from the area, we're just removing them from that area and putting them to the side for more riprap on the soil.
Yeah.
Basically,
Mhm.
just relocating them 12 feet either side.
Yeah. Am I forgetting anything?
I mean, but I'm just gonna also throw out there that this particular contractor obviously is not going to work. We literally just found out today. It's not to say that there isn't another contractor out there that could possibly put in a floating
Right.
ramp in a reasonable time period, you know, in the next several months. I don't know, but it's not,
You know, I would all faith in the town crew. I mean, there's no reason why we couldn't form that bulkhead ourselves once that the old areas. We got, I mean, we got some talented people down there. We got equipment.
Well, I mean, they've built floats before,
Well,
so
that's it. That's what I'm kind of getting at is,
I just don't know, you know, I've heard them getting screamed at the select board meetings for not moving leaves or not mowing this, not mowing that, so to take all that time to build the floats, they're gonna be taken away from other stuff.
how to do with only 4 people, you know? And there should be 16,
So
4 times more.
would looking for a contractor make sense? It probably
Well, I don't
can't
think-
happen for this season.
Yeah, I don't think we'll look for anything, I mean, if this guy can't do it till fall, maybe it's time for Dennis to put out one of those bid things and say, we're looking for somebody to build these and come back when you can do it and how much and post it wherever he posts it, MMA, wherever he puts it out, local paper.
So put it out to bid, right?
Yeah.
What's it called, what's that called? Tim?
RFP.
Request for proposals.
Why don't we just
Right,
do that?
that's the right way to do it.
Yeah,
Okay, let's do that. Do we have to recommend anything? Or is that just something?
well, I think we just need to recommend what we want, I mean, we know we want entry floats, there's gonna be different sections. The quote I got was 20-foot sections, and Callie and I went down and measured, and we think we need at least 4 20-foot sections to get us out 80 feet, and that'll keep us in the water. At low tide.
Is
There
there
was
any,
talk of putting an additional one on there to go further out into the water, and I didn't understand why you wanted to do that.
That was the 4th one, that was the 80 feet.
because he had only the original quote only had 3 of them. We didn't think it was gonna be long enough.
It came to the end of the existing one now, which is out of water at low tide. So we wanted the additional one to get it out to at least what the float was,
so it's,
so that at low tide, people could put a boat
I
inside.
thought it was going beyond the flood.
No,
No, just try to get it out to where the float was.
Gotcha.
okay, so Dennis kind of knows what we already want, so he really.
Yeah, I mean, our bulkhead, when they pour the bulkhead, doesn't include a step to get up, one step to get up to the float of the first float going out, so we know that when we put it up to bid.
So is that gonna be okay with the sea level rise issue?
Well, and we talked about that, that way, when you build the bulkhead, if you build it a little bit higher, or 1 step up, whatever.
Make it 2 steps up? Or then, but then it's a handicap, does it matter if it's handicap?
I mean, this sea level thing, in my opinion, is it's a cycle that we go through a year, you know, 60, 70 years in a row. It turns back around. I'm not too worried about the seawater coming up to the town office, like everybody else is, but I'm not really worried about that. I would say live for today, design our thing for today. I mean, of course, we've got to take into account on a full moon tide and, I get it.
There's definitely some seaweed up in the railroad tracks and all that stuff, whether it's from the wind or sea level rise or.
I mean,
Plus,
David's right.
they're gonna submit a grant at the end of the month, by the way,
Right.
I all signed.
Well, David's right, when Callie and I went to the harbor master training, no one was there, the National Weather Service was there. And they said in the last 100 years, the sea level has risen 8 inches in the last 100 years. They're projecting in the next 100 years, it's gonna rise 1.5 to 4 feet
Oh
in the
my
next 100
gosh.
years. That's what they said at the training. So, I mean, how do they know that? I don't know, but they say it's rising faster, the next 100 years is gonna go faster than the last 100 years. And they seem pretty knowledgeable. But,
Well, all that melting glacier is gonna go somewhere.
I mean, I don't know, David, you lived here your whole life. Have you seen the water like it has been in the past?
Very few times, Like I said, it goes in cycles. You get, I've been here since 58, and it goes in cycles. You'll get a real high tide like this and be wind driven, just like a nice and perfect storm. That's what you're gonna get, but. And I did some research and they said 1 centimeter to 2 centimeters per year and a half, they said, somewhere in there. I don't know what that figures out to be, but, you know, I'm really not honestly worried about it. I mean, you can't put your head in the sand either, I get that, you know, but. You know, I think we should just repair what we got, you know, live for today. You know, we're gonna get these storms, there's no doubt about it, you know, but. I don't know, what do you think?
Well, I mean,
I try not to
if you
be
build, and if you build the bulkhead, build it in a manner that in 50 years, you know, it's probably gonna be junk anyway.
Right.
You jackhammer it out, build a new one, make it higher.
Right, exactly, I mean, that's all I was gonna. Right,
So the bulkhead is where is on land, right?
yeah,
The steps.
the bulkhead where the steps are, and there's 2 big eye bolts that you have your chains that hook on your bolts.
Okay.
That go down, there's 1 big eye bolt on each side, steps in between.
I'm looking forward to it. So, Dennis could send out an RFP without, just,
I mean, Dennis knows what's needed, I think.
Yeah,
and it's not, we don't need to nudge him or take it any further. Am I getting that correctly? He'll take care of it. He'll take care of it, oh, thank you. Okay,
That tax.
you good with that? The harbor manager?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, so,
Tank or something.
we got our peer policy back.
It's still there.
Still there?
Yes, that's right.
Well, I wanna make sure we have to do this, because there's no policies are still back in the 2020 at this moment. So, this is not. But anyway, we can talk to Tom class. You're on. You wanna come up to the red seat? The hot seat, and talk to the owl.
Okay. Alrighty, so we would like to set up on the pier and. Anything else? We wanna sell tacos and we think it could be something really great. And we're really excited if we are allowed the opportunity to be able to do so, or at least try to do so. We think it'd be something great, like you said, you were really excited for it. And we have met a lot of people who were excited for it. So we're just hoping, that it can all come together well.
So what do you have, like how big is your cart?
So we have one that looks like this, it's long, it's really not that heavy because it's something that it can be carried, like someone can like pull it. It uses propane tanks. We'd need what, a water connection?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need somewhere to get water and all of our water we would store and dump it. Where?
there's,
The water dump, where would we dump the water? Like all the water we use for the day
We got it done from the home.
at home?
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
so,
yeah, you need to collect the gray
yeah, we
water.
would collect all of our dirty water and,
there is no water connection.
no water connection, so we'd have to bring like our own jugs.
Right,
Okay, that's no problem. Yeah, it's just like one of these carts and it has the top, but it's not an umbrella, it's like a rectangle top and it has lights. And it's really nice and I think we can make it something really great if you guys allowed us that opportunity.
Okay. More questions?
no, my only question was structure, what they have for structure.
So will it just be a cart?
Yes, ma'am, it's something that we can come set up and then clean up and.
Sure.
Yeah.
Take home
Take
at the end
it
of
home
the
that
day?
night, or do you wanna take it home?
If I can live there,
Leave it overnight?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you're gonna rent a spot, then it's yours,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's your
That's
spot.
okay. I'm sorry, I must have missed something.
That's okay. Well, this is why
Okay.
we're having. an
Yeah.
Would you have a shed or just a car?
Just the
I was
cart.
gonna stop somebody from walking off with a car.
Well, that's, if you're gonna.
Oh, okay, so what can we do to stop someone from stealing it? I think they sell the wire things that you put through the tires or
Right.
something,
Yeah.
and they can't take it because,
Like a bike walk,
yeah, basically, because I'm pretty sure it'd have to be rolled because it's kind of heavy.
yeah.
Do you have any ideas?
It'll be secure down there, I believe. So,
Do you leave, are you gonna leave food in it overnight or?
No, I don't believe so.
No.
No leaving food because it doesn't have any refrigeration or place to store cold food. So no, we were gonna clean everything at night, get rid of all our trash, collect all of our dirty water.
Also, we just gonna do the food. We're gonna, I know how much food are you gonna make?
He only
And
makes
then-
a certain amount,
Yeah,
so you sort of like,
Okay, kinda like Bet's fish fry. When she's out, she goes home.
yeah, basically,
Perfect.
once it ends, it's over.
Could you use it
Sounds
on
kind of
art walks?
fun.
Use it on the art walks, if it's portable?
Oh my God, that's a great idea. We have an art walk on Thursday nights, the last Thursday of the month and during the summer,
Uh-huh.
June, July, August, September.
Mhm.
From, now we have 2 hours, what is it, 4 to 7?
Oh, I don't know, I didn't know there was no art.
Now we, 4 to 7 in the evening on that Thursday, the last Thursday. We were, yeah, you can absolutely,
Set up
bring your
there,
cart
yeah,
up-
and
up
it'd be
the
really
street.
great, yeah, what's it called again? The art walk?
It's called
The
Art
art walk.
Walk.
And where's that?
It's an outdoor fair,
Oh,
whatever.
oh,
Up and down
downtown.
Main Street. Up
If-
and down for
If
Main
anyone has
Street.
an ink pen, I'd love to write it down right here, can I write on here, or do I have to turn this
Yeah,
in?
that's yours.
That's
Okay,
yours.
and we can set up there as soon as we have all of our licenses and everything that we're.
You know,
going to
that
apply for.
would make the most sense for this first season.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, to see if it works out for you.
Yeah, that's what we wanna do, we just wanna give it a try.
Because, yeah, because if you can carry it in and out in an afternoon or
Mhm.
something like that, or if you want to go on the weekend, rather than rent for the whole season and, you know, God forbid something happens, you know, just whatever.
Yeah.
And you're also still in the process of applying for your business license
Mhm.
and getting all your,
So coming to you guys is like,
stuff.
yeah, I'm so sorry to cut you off, but coming to you guys is like a step after, like the step we would take after we complete all this. That's what, yeah,
If you go with, we also approve, like, we call them single use and, consecutive day use permits for things like the art walk, if somebody wants to book, you know, all
Yeah.
5, and that's a lot less expensive, so, yeah.
Sounds like they wanna be on the pier though.
yeah, so what is a seasonal rental, like, what is?
So a seasonal rental, it's based on your footprint, so if your footprint is 10 by 20,
Mhm.
that's 10 times 20, which is 200 times 5, so that would be $1,000 for the summer.
For the summer,
Okay,
But
for the
it's
whole
the
summer?
whole-
for the whole summer,
Right,
Okay.
but your bill cart probably is not 10 by 20,
right.
10 by 20.
it's probably like 8 by.
I just wanna,
8 by
I wanna use it like 10 by 10.
10 by 10.
So that's 100
Yes,
times 5, so that's 500 for the whole season. As where if you did a consecutive, you know, like a day use permit, it's $35 a day.
Okay,
So,
So it'll be better to rent for the season.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's
but
cheaper,
you also, you know.
yeah, saves money. So do you wanna
That's
get,
something you can talk about and then come back when you get your
okay,
business license and.
and when, how often do you guys have these meetings that we are able to come to?
Once a month, but we're allowed to meet when,
Whenever,
you know, anytime.
yeah, like.
So we were just trying to get things in order for this season
Mhm,
right now,
yeah,
but that
Okay.
sounds like you've got a lot of homework to do.
yeah, unfortunately, but we'll figure it out, I think
You
we'll get
will,
there.
Yeah.
So. Let's see, what was my question? Sorry, guys, my brain went blank.
You were thinking about the art walk
Yeah.
last Thursday.
What is, it's called the art walk?
That's the art walk, it's where vendors set up pictures and people walk around and.
This pen doesn't work.
So you won't be selling any drinks or anything
Yeah,
like that,
no.
it's just gonna be tacos? You're just gonna be
Just-
selling
So
tacos?
we're gonna have tacos and quesadillas. We don't wanna venture out into too much other things because we wanna focus on what our main idea is, which is tacos.
Well, I'm just
And-
thinking if somebody wanted a soda with the
Oh,
tacos.
yeah, we do, we would sell the individual cans, or we were thinking about making the waters, like the the fruit drinks,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, just no alcohol.
No, no alcohol.
Okay, just
Yeah,
sorry,
of course not, no.
but,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not working.
so you might wanna have that in a cooler, you're gonna need to have like your own trash cans.
Yeah, our
Yeah,
own trash
take
cans
your
that
trash.
we take with us at the end of the day, yes, ma'am. Okay, so we're gonna do everything we can to get all these licenses in order, and then we will see you guys soon, hopefully. And I am.
And you know, if you have any questions, I mean, if I can help, you've got my
Yeah.
email,
Yeah.
so you
Okay,
can ask, I don't know if I can be a lot of help, but.
well, just you
A little
guys
bit of
doing
rough.
this with us right now is a lot of help and pointing us in the right direction.
Yeah.
Is a lot of help, and we're very appreciative because it's helping us get closer to our goals and our dreams.
Awesome.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited as well.
Yeah.
Let me show.
He doesn't like a good time.
Okay,
I'm gonna buy the first 10 topics.
he has a photo of the card that he would like to show. If anyone else was interested in seeing what his card looks like. Thank you so much, what our card looks like.
This is what it looks like?
That's the command, making hot tortillas.
Yeah,
This is the place we're gonna make the meat.
You make your own tortillas.
Yeah.
We have the pre-made ones that we heat up, but he preps them. Yeah.
Yeah, and.
Oh,
That's.
this is perfect.
And I'm pretty artsy, so I feel like I can make some really cute signs and things, decorations, to make it look really pretty. And,
Yeah, but it's a little
Yeah.
heavy though, is that a steam table?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So it's too heavy to push up the street. It's
yeah,
not a car.
yeah, they
It's
can't
not-
take it very easily.
Yeah, no, you guys, you can move anything.
Yeah.
This is great. Would you like to see it?
Can't move.
I know, I'm coming to you, darling. You just hold tight. Y'all hold tight.
There's Charlie.
So yeah, that
Isn't that-
is
I mean,
probably
it's
a really good place
It
to
is
start.
not lifted.
And then if we wanted to like do weekends or something like, I mean, you gotta. You gotta get that paper.
Yeah, we just gotta give you this whole process and then we'll see you
And it
guys.
does come back, take a while.
Yeah, we're gonna take a few months, but we're keeping the faith.
This
Keeping the faith that it can all go well.
Okay. That was fun, thank you.
I bring it for G's from Texas, that one.
Take this,
You
You're
drew
not-
them, so meeting in them, yeah.
it's getting a number. I
No.
got your phone with the picture on it. You need this, you need
Yeah.
this. This is
That
great.
is what we have right now.
Wow.
And we would like to put it up on the pier.
Yeah.
And have lights and decorations and very pretty, maybe music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You are so sitting right there.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so happy.
Where's your
And
gavel?
we can't wait to see you guys again.
Where's your gavel?
Me either. Hold on to that. Thank you.
Okay, see y'all soon.
Alright,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We'll see you again.
Alright.
Okay, good.
Hasta pronto.
So I just put that we're waiting on their business license and DHS permits and what they decide to do.
I think they're gonna want the bigger space than the small.
When you're done, Terry,
What do you see?
when you're done,
We don't have visitor space,
Yes.
space anymore.
I'll be there.
We have $5 per square foot
Right,
and an outlet. We're at, right, that's it.
right, but I just, if they want to go 10 by 20, I'd do the 10 by 20, I wouldn't talk them into a 10 by 10.
They asked for a 10 by 10.
But
I think,
He asked for a 10 by 10.
and if
Oh, I said
you,
that.
so like for his things that are gonna be around,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's $3 per square. So he could occupy a whole 10 by 20 space, but at 2 different prices. Okay. That'd be nice. Awesome, yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. So moving on. Back to the, peer vendor policies. So what happened was we wanted to get it through and have the prices fixed for this year and never looked any further than that. You know, kind of, so the single and consecutive day permits, $35 each 10 by 10 square foot space, which that probably should change. So it matches everything else, right?
I thought we didn't, the dentist was the only one that did the date on it, so we never did.
Right, so that's what's on here, made by the town manager. fees may be waived. Because somebody could come up on Tuesday and they might be there on Saturday, but the town needs to know. Yeah,
So Dennis does it.
correct,
Yes.
yeah, for that one. But I'm wondering if we should change the, while we're changing things, what, if we should change the fee to match the $5 a square foot thing, or just leave it? Just leave it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then moving on into, so apparently the event and reoccurring day use permits, which is like the 4 Thursdays for Art Walk or whatever. That, was not consistent with some sort of town policies. Also, so. You guys don't have those, do you?
No,
Okay, so event and recurring day permit shall be applied for minimally 15 days before an event. Blanket approval for a series of events sponsored by an organization shall be made 30 days prior. And it said approval, and now I'm thinking it should say recommendations. Because it said approval and scheduling shall be made by the Waterfront Committee and or the town manager, which I think is left over from our previous town manager. So I think it should say recommendation and acts to scheduling. Well, I don't know, then scheduling.
I'm not a daughter, but
And then scheduling, okay.
Because we meet monthly.
Mhm. Well, they're supposed to connect with Ted if they need elected. That's what the policy.
well, I tried to relieve some of that off in last meeting.
Okay, so we can say recommendation and approval shall be made by the Waterfront Committee, and then. See, I had or town manager in case they come at the last minute.
Well,
But doesn't this say in this memo from Dennis that the waterfront committee doesn't have the authority to approve?
Correct, so I was gonna change it, approve to recommend.
Yeah.
So we can recommend, and then, but then it has to say something like it needs to go to the board. Of selectmen.
And
So
not
we can recommend, so that, this is where it's kind of tricky. So if someone comes at the last minute, like these people, what if they, I don't know, the middle of June, they get all their paperwork done. And we don't meet again, and they want to be there July 4th weekend if it's on a weekend. Do you know what I mean?
But, I mean, if it's part of the process. It's part of the process. I mean, you don't wanna cut yourself out of it.
Right. So clearly we, okay. So shall we say, interviews, are made by the Waterfront Committee and passed on
Review and recommend to the town manager.
to the town
Okay. You
manager.
can review and recommend to the town manager.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay. Brilliant.
yeah, but you just,
And recommend.
the town manager can pass it to the select board if it needs to be.
Okay,
Otherwise, he could approve it.
Right,
well, that was kind of our point.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
yeah, we kind of wanted to maybe stop with him, unless I had to go forever.
Mhm.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so let's see, detailed activity and schedule insurance requirements, that's fine.
Yeah.
So then over on the next page, under the process, that forgot to get updated too, so it says day use permits will be received and reviewed by the town manager, which works with the single network. That's it. So process, new vendors and event permits will be reviewed by the Waterfront Committee, yeah. And passed on to the select board, so,
Should be passed on to the
TM.
town manager,
yep. If,
and then
if
to the
that's
select board
okay,
if needed.
Yeah.
For example.
we're good? Oh, this is my manager. Oh, goodness.
Well, we were just, okay. You're all dressed up. Did you go again today?
Yes. I was there all morning. Actually didn't get in here until almost 2 o'clock.
Where were you?
State House,
Was it the public hearings?
fighting, but no, it's, the main Yankee bill was supposed to go before the Senate yesterday. And ended up being, tabled until today because The Senate Republicans had decided they were all going to vote against it. So we tabled it, we had a little conversation in their caucus this morning, and managed to get 7 of them to vote for it out of the 13, so it was a good day. But that's just the first reading, because they did a roll call vote. It goes to the House tomorrow. And hopefully we can just get it under the hammer tomorrow and get it back to the Senate and have it done. It's been a long process, but anyways.
Officer in action.
I've always been of the opinion, either pay with the town settlers or move the fuel.
I wish it was that simple.
You pick it, well, it should be.
I know,
You
but it just isn't that.
I know,
easy,
I know what you mean.
Okay, so Dennis, we're back to, going over from your letter and trying to fix our little sentence. So we decided on, let's see. Waterfront Committee shall review and recommend to the town manager. Is that okay? It's good enough? And then you can decide what to do with it.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then you've got the flip side of that too, on the back, where you had your little process
Yeah,
under the events where it says.
yeah, so we'll say up to the town manager. Yeah,
Perfect,
it just,
that's it.
it's like been revised several times and it got overlooked.
Yep,
Sorry.
that's fine.
Sorry about
It
that. Something with sharper eyes than myself.
keeps it clean, that's all.
That's important. Okay. All right, so let's see.
Well, we talked about maybe putting out an RFP for the entry floats down there. Just to bring that back out, maybe this.
We can, I kind of looked at where we're at budget wise. And I don't know that we're gonna have enough to do it. I'll feel better about things if we get through this legislation so that I can maybe kind of ease off of some of the legal fees that we've been paying lately.
So at least if we put something out there, at least we know what we're looking at for cost. And we were talking about getting rid of that structure down there, at least clean it up so it's not in the way backing boats in and all that.
But if somebody backs a boat in, what are they gonna do with it while they pull their vehicle out?
Well, they can always go, not on the commercial boat, but on the other boat and use the fire ramp. The big concrete ramp,
Yeah,
that side is commercial, this side is commercial and residential overflow from recreation
okay,
side, so they can go over there.
Majority of them don't need a float.
okay.
Put their boats in and.
All right, because I would love to just get rid of that thing anyways, because I just
Absolutely.
don't, it's not safe and I don't want
Get
to
it out
borrow
of
your
there,
money.
have
if we
CMP
don't have
come
to.
unhook the wire to it.
The electricians have already disconnected the
Oh,
power.
excellent,
Yeah.
excellent, perfect.
And that will please the insurance company, because they're
Yes.
not.
Very,
they're not happy.
they launch every day and they don't need a float.
Okay,
Right.
There is gonna be a float at the ferry landing though. The one that was on the end of the boat ramp,
Yeah,
Ted's putting up to the ferry landing.
I know, but all I'm saying is.
No, let's just say there's gonna be one up there.
And that's one less structure to have to worry about.
yeah,
How much are we talking about?
Take it down,
Money? How much
Build a
does it
new one, 50
cost?
grand.
what, for the new ones, we've gotten one quote for 50,000. And there's like 63 left in the waterfront budget, because we carried over funds this year to do
Right.
that kind of work down here. But I'm not sure that I can, at this point in the budget, expend 50 grand and I'm not comfortable with it. It would be really close.
Yeah.
Like I say, if we get through this and some of the legal stuff from the Yankee backs off, we might have some of the contingency funds that we could put towards it. But I don't wanna spend those until I know for sure what our legal fees are
Absolutely.
gonna be with
Understand.
Maine Yankees, so.
But it's looking better today than it did yesterday.
I was kind of panicked yesterday,
Well,
actually.
and I would have been panicked too.
Cause we felt we were in a much better position than we were, but, CMP is our owner in Maine Yankee, and they carry considerable club up in Augusta. And I think that was evident yesterday.
My other question would be, as we're talking about, how we had carried money over from last year to this year, as things are shaking up and July 1st is coming. soon. Would we be able to carry that again, or do you think there would be an issue with that?
No, we just act, we'd have to ask the select board, but
Okay.
no, I don't.
I mean, knowing that this is something that is going to happen, it's just a matter of timing.
And especially if we have a plan, a
Right.
plan for it that says, here's the cost
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
can do that. No, I don't think it'd be an issue.
So sending out an RFP does not necessarily mean we're gonna spend money right now, but it will give us.
Yeah.
We can get everything.
Right,
Just get some prices.
yeah, prices and when someone might be available or
I
something.
mean, cheap has gotten us one price, but we don't even know what they're talking about. They gave us a price, but we don't know what the materials are. We don't know anything about what we're actually getting. So an RFP would help explain that a whole lot better.
So that's a possibility.
Yeah. That doesn't cost us anything.
Excellent. Find a free one. Nice, okay.
With the fact that, water came over the rec pier a couple of times this winter, is that something you just say to Ted, this is a maintenance item and raise it 2 feet?
I don't know if, I've thought about that and I'm not sure.
Well, what I'm getting at is, as opposed to doing an engineering study, isn't that just a maintenance item? Not suggesting you're even gonna do it, but
I don't know that I would wanna have our public works crew do something like that. I think there's a liability that goes along with that.
okay. And the seawall, that could be done anytime, doesn't matter about climate change or sea
Right.
level rise.
Right, we
And-
need to do something. And that's what part of these grants, the 2 grants that the climate folks are working on right now
Okay,
It's
that's
going-
what I was wondering,
is going to help us with it.
where that was, that's in the climate group.
Yep, and that actually will help with the rec pier being underwater
Okay.
and the harbor master's office and what we're hoping to get out of that is maybe like 3 pre-engineering plans that we could get to say, these are your 3 options that will take care of this.
Okay. I have another question for you, if you don't mind. The budget committee and the town shot down our piers, slips that we proposed.
Correct.
Last year.
Going to have some workshops this summer. Would it be, appropriate to, resurrect that project? And give options as to, yes, you could do the whole thing for 300,000, or maybe you could do half of it for 150,000 as 2 options? Or the fact that it was voted down, does that mean that's it?
No, just because it was voted down doesn't mean that's it. I mean, they voted it down, I think the budget committees, they called the numbers squishy.
Squishy,
I
that
think
was
was the
the
word.
it was a
The
technical
word
term,
they wanted.
yeah.
So I think if we were able to come up with non-squishy numbers, I think we'd be fine.
And a good,
I talked with, Chuck Fuller of Fuller Marine in Blue Bay Harbor. And, he and I go way back. And, he pulled it up on his screen and we got the 14 clips and the whole list. And he said 300,000. He could do it for 300,000. And then I asked him also, let's say the town doesn't want to put in 150,000 to match the grant. They'd only want to put in 75. Could we do a portion of it for 150,000? He said, yes, we could.
Yeah, okay. So, having the construction numbers is great. What's the revenue gonna be out of it? Because that's what they're gonna be looking at.
And we have that, or I can, just the number of slips, size of boats, I can put that together. And the selling point that I have on it is that I believe it's revenue for the town. Otherwise, in talking with people at the workshop, why would you put a slip in? What's that gonna do for the town? It's gonna bring revenue in. And the idea is to bring enough money in to pay for the maintenance of all the slips, and that's $10,000, right? And we could do that with 4 slips, plus what we've got now. The other thing I wanted to pass on you is, I think Ted was, I don't wanna quote him, but he was saying something about perhaps not having a vote in on those floats again, such as the Virginia and the other one, because they weren't constructed for full-time occupancy or long-term usage like that. And I talked with the people at the Virginia project, and they are willing to do some stuff.
Okay.
They'd be willing to pay for the plastic, or in talking with Chuck Fuller, he said they use rollers. And if Ted would allow it, we might be even able to get them to do some of the work, if that was appropriate as far as the union is concerned.
Well, they've already done some work down there already for us.
So I think it would be nice to, once they leave and pull stuff out, evaluate where we're at and what stuff looks like now. And then we can decide, you know, this is what we need to do, this is how much it's gonna cost. And move forward from there. I mean, I'm not opposed to them being there all winter. But I don't want, you know, I don't wanna take in $2,000 and then spend $3 to make up for it, that's all.
And, maybe we could, get the expertise volunteers to, repair the clothes.
Yeah.
Put rollers on them and fix them up, if that would be okay with, the town.
Yeah, we'd have to look at it, and again, you mentioned it, we'd have to look at the union contract too and see if that's something we could get the union to agree to.
I don't see why not. Not with the limited numbers we've got now, I don't.
I'm sure they would love to just not have to deal with that, they got plenty else to deal with anyway, so.
Maybe we should do it as sort of as a subcontractor type of thing.
So like in-kind work, you
Yeah.
know.
That's all I have.
Thanks, Dave.
Too bad we're going to get the person to build us some floats.
Sir?
The prison, build us some floats. The farm,
Can you contract with them? They're making ones?
they do construction.
Are they doing that kind of work out there now?
Yeah, they get the wood shop up there.
Huh.
I mean, I don't know if you know anybody that works there, but might be worth asking.
I've lost contact with a lot of people that.
Well, how about we go on a horse and have a shotgun to be in charge of that crew? I said, well,
I could do it.
you could do it. I like to see you tally on the horse.
Should be clean and pat it.
As long as I don't have to clean up the house.
Okay, great. So, moving along, we have our repeat renewal vendors, you know, the vendor renewal forms that got sent around, and the only thing we forgot to put on was like the space for like winter rental or whatever, but some people included it. Sure. So we have Industrial Maine, we have the River Shack. Winter storage wasn't on there. So in my opinion, I feel like that's kind of not complete. I just looked at that today. We have Frank with his usual spots and whatever he paid last year, because that's not on this. So when and if we approve these, are you gonna want the dollar figures as part of the approval?
No, I don't.
Or our?
I don't think the select board need that information.
Okay, because last year, remember you
I mean,
sent
they'll
that letter?
see the applications. I mean, we can calculate that.
Well, last year this went around, remember, after everything changed.
Yeah, no, I don't remember.
Yeah, oh, but anyway, that went around and then I think it came back all filled out and then they showed, it either went to the select board or, so I just wanna make sure we give the select board what they need, so.
Yeah, they're just looking for, you guys approved it.
Yeah.
You know, they paid their fee, we're good with it,
We're good.
Okay,
as long as there's no issues. Did, Sage send any, is he planning to do
He did.
anything? Okay,
yeah.
good.
He did, he wants to do the same thing.
I don't know if he actually did get open last
I
year.
didn't think he did.
He,
It was quite late in the season when he,
the weather just stunk
Yeah.
for what he wanted to do. But he says description same as 2023, and he's got all his fee of $37.48, which is, you know, really nicely done.
but
There's a mobile cart, there's the winter storage, there's the electrical,
now, did we have a new vendor this year?
Yeah.
no, a Taco
They
Bell,
were just here.
he was here,
Oh, good.
he's gotta get all his state documentation.
in his
Lord,
business
so we gave
license.
him, the girls gave me a, booklet, that I handed it to him.
Taco push cart.
That'd be different.
Tacos and
Maybe
enchiladas.
Tacos around here.
I know, they make their own tortillas.
Oh, really?
They make their own
Be
tortillas.
different. So he's thinking possibly of, maybe starting out, by the time he gets everything done, he sort of suggested, like our walk nights.
Mhm.
And that might be a good way for him to start, 'cause he's gotta lug all his water, he's gotta lug on and off pretty much every day, so that might just be a good place to start. Anyway, we'll see what he does.
Have you guys noticed the repairs that Ted made down in
Haven't
the
been
parking
down yet,
lot
no.
area? I haven't been down there myself, but I think they've gone down and fixed where that erosion was.
At Frank's,
Yeah,
Main Street here.
yeah, at least temporarily to get us through this summer.
Yeah.
We had talked to him, at some point when we were dealing with the boats in the last couple of weeks and talked to him about it after we had this meeting, so.
Well, I asked him last week, well, I made a suggestion last week, that
Sure.
he either build a deck, expand like a little deck around that area so that people weren't walking down into it, but he said he had something in plan, and when I drove by the other day, it looked like they had done something in there, the cones were gone, so. It looked like, I just didn't know if anybody had actually seen
Haven't
it.
been down yet. Only
Correct.
part of it.
Okay, so, I'm feeling like some of this information is not complete on all the renewal ones that we wanna recommend.
Can we recommend the ones that are complete? And the ones that are not?
Certainly, either that or just put this off for 2 weeks. It'll still be April 9th.
Okay.
We can recommend the ones that are complete if you wish, yeah. Fine.
Well, that would get them going, I mean.
So like I said, a lot of them don't have the, $400 winter storage on there.
Okay.
Is that just an oversight on it not being on
I
the
think it
form?
just wasn't on the.
So if that's the case, can you approve them
With adding that,
yeah,
that's my question. You guys good with
I
that?
mean, especially they're returning, they're not, brand new or.
So a lot of them had written in, like, Industrial Maine wrote in her fee, but it doesn't have the winter storage on it. So and I'm pretty sure it's
Is it on it's on the application?
It's on
Yeah,
the
it is.
application, but not on these handy dandy new renewal forms that we are trying to come up with
Uh,
to simplify things.
Simple.
Not exactly simple.
Listen, the first time around is always rough,
It
it'll
is.
get better.
So anyway, okay, so we
You can
correct,
approve it as
So-
amended. Amended, and then say,
okay,
further.
so we can amend it and add the winter storage fee.
All right, you guys gonna do this, I've got other things I gotta get done.
Okay, so Dennis, just a quick question as far as for the comp plan meeting that we have on the 17th. Remember, I sent you that email with the questions about all our waterfront
Yeah, I know.
projects and whatever. So do you wanna wait till April 9th and talk about it then?
What were the questions?
Hold on. Right here, okay, so it was, okay, after the comp plan, meeting, I have some questions, where are we with the seawall? That's very expensive to engineer, and it's included, I think, in that one of the coastal.
Yeah, I think we kind of answered that already.
Okay, the slips, they're on hold, overwintering dock space, apparently that's a little bit on hold. Still a good idea, the piers, we're repairing for this season, waiting for a vulnerability assessment, which will come when we get the grant, right?
Yeah.
And then the launch ramp, okay, I know the answer to that, and then the rail of the train, that's on hold, isn't it, because.
I had new information on the train today, I just haven't read it yet.
Okay,
It's not gonna be Amtrak, it's gonna be somebody else.
is it Mr. Bentley?
No,
You're talking about passenger train?
yes,
You're not talking
So
about
we're
the
not-
freight that.
no, I'm talking about passenger train, I think.
A real train, like Amtrak keep them?
Yeah, I just got the stuff hot off the press today and I haven't had a chance to read it, but.
So maybe we can update next time?
Yep.
Okay,
Dennis, you want me to pop in after the meeting or?
Yeah.
okay, all right. Thank you.
Welcome.
Appreciate you dropping in.
No problem.
Okay. So we'll amend these. Do you want to do it here right now? So we're gonna add, to the River Shack, the winter storage fee,
Yeah.
okay? And yes, they want electrical service, they're 14 by 10, so that math needs to be figured out. 14 by 10 is 140 times 5. I can't do that off the top of my head. Looks like 700 to me. Plus 100,
Yeah, plus electrical, yeah.
well, 700 plus 400 plus 100. Okay, so that's them. Frank does not have any figures on here, so I think he knows what it's the same as last year.
Yeah, the same as last year,
Yeah, his fee,
the same amount as
he's
last.
already paying.
He doesn't take much because he already has his own.
Okay. And industrial main, plus $100 winter storage. Right,
Right,
so that's 880 plus 100 plus 30, okay, I can add all that up if you guys don't want.
yeah,
And Sage, he's already got his all nicely.
Now,
And then Todd, we've got to add winter storage, well, he doesn't want electricity. That's a partnership. Okay, we're good.
So Ron's not coming back?
I never, I mailed it to him and I have not heard from him at all. So Frank would be the one.
yeah, he resigned from here.
Yeah.
I saw in the minutes, Industrial Maine wants to join.
Who does?
Industrial Maine?
Wants to join
The committee?
the Waterfront Committee?
Do
I'm
we-
not sure.
Do we think that's a good idea?
Didn't someone say they didn't want any more vendors? Was that Dennis?
That's, I think that could be
That's-
tricky.
That's
And,
my,
as far as being an active member of the community and having a good head on her shoulders,
which she does.
which she does have, I think that
She
aspect would
definitely
be good,
has that.
but she comes to the meetings anyway. So, but I do think that it was sort of slippery to have a vendor.
Mhm.
have you heard of anyone else who's interested in?
Not yet, I did ask the yacht club, Fred Bowers is the new,
I mentioned it to Jody and he said, I'll consider it, but he hasn't said it.
or maybe he needs a nudge.
If I see him, I'll look
Yeah,
in.
ask him. So that'd be good, if we could get another member.
Just, I'm not downplaying that, I just think we ought to look at it quite closely on Industrial Maine.
That's fine, no. And that's my, that's my question too, but like I said,
She's good. Absolutely.
yeah.
She'd be a great asset, it's just, it doesn't look proper.
Okay, anything else, Kenny?
I think.
Good to go?
Not us.
So we meet again on April 9th. And we're going to get a presentation of the bench idea down at the waterfront, but I think that'll go on hold, waiting for the grants to see if we're gonna raise what we're gonna do down there. So we're gonna do that. And there was, something else, but I don't recall what it is at the moment, I haven't noted. Glad to see you.
Yeah.
Okay, oh, motion to adjourn,
Nothing with you.
all in favor?
All in favor?
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for the down there.
No problem.
It was wonderful.
Hey. More here.
We're going to see you.
We'll get it going.
Oh, my feet are great.
We have a paper towel. Take it home. Hurry up.
No, wait a minute, don't touch. 21st. I guess it's an hour TV lane.
Is